Hello everybody and welcome! My name is Ursa and today we have a very exciting map that I think you're all going to want to have a go at. We're playing Pericles. It's a terror map. I have 24 city-states on, including barbarian clans and secret societies. Yep, you can see where this is going. And even better, I've added 7 versions of Canada into the game. Just Canada, the one city-state, well, basically the one state that can't kill city-states, so we know that all 24 city-states will still be in the game, and the Barb Clans mod are going to add more in. Why are we doing this? Well, today, I want to see how high we can get culture-wise. It should be ridiculous. Now, as mentioned before, I keep all of my save files in Discord, so come along, rifle through my wares, see what you can find, and take it into your computer and play the games yourselves. You never know, you might find something you like, or not, maybe you'll hate it. Who knows? You'll never know until you try, eh? To the uninitiated, Pericles is a version of Greece that gives 5% culture per city-state you are suzerain of. That is a crazy thing, because if I were suzerain of all 24 city-states, then I would, quickly doing the maths, be getting 120% culture bonus. Now that is before any of the wonderful late game cards such as social media that basically gives my ability again, so that would be 240%, but also we're going to be going Owls of Minerva. Why? Well, for every trade route we get an envoy with a city-state and we can just sort of keep it. And with Barb Clans on, I should be getting city-states like Kamasi, Chinguetti, the one that gives me extra culture for having, great people. This should be ridiculous. Just keep watching. We're gonna go to some crazy 4-figure numbers. I don't know if it's possible to go anywhere near 10,000 culture per turn, but if anyone's gonna be able to do it, it's our good friend Pericles. So fingers crossed, we're going to jump in and have some fun. Now, terror map. Everybody knows how terror maps work. You have one large continent and then a second large continent. Everybody starts on one. The second one is empty, apart from city-states. So our mission is to go and find that second continent before anybody else can, and to inhabit it like mad. Looking at this start, settling in place kind of seems sensible because this is a plains hill, which means if I settle on this tile, I get an extra production. It also means I've got this lovely 2-2 tile there. I've got another one here. It's not a bad location. However, you know me, I'm Ursa. I like to do things slightly unconventionally, and I've just seen something. Can you see, the layout with all of this floodplain and this, what appears to be a sea just here? Can you all see what's going on here? Well, let me show you. Moving down onto this tile, thus making my start worse because I won't get the extra production by doing that, although I do have a 2-2 tile here. What I'm doing is setting up a situation where I could put a canal on this tile, an aqueduct on that tile, a dam on this tile, thus giving me an industrial zone of +7 there. It's so ridiculous, it might just work. Also, thinking about it, depending on where I put my other cities here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, I might even be able to aqueduct over and make just a crazy industrial hub in this area, but we won't get too ahead of ourselves because normally what happens is as soon as we do that, we discover resources and it ruins everything. But we've got to go for the ambition, you know? We have to go for it. So as Athens works that tile, I'm not entirely sure that is a good idea, but in theory it gives me time for the triple scout start, or the scout monument start, which is not a bad one for Pericles. Don't forget, when we're playing in Greece, we have this amazing ability to get ourselves one extra wildcard policy slot, and that helps us to get religions really quickly, and that's something we're going to be leaning on quite heavily today. But extra culture means we can get to our unique theatre square, and that's a good thing. Yeah, we'll start with a scout. I don't mind working this extra production tile at the beginning of the game. I don't think it's too bad an idea, and we'll go from there. What I'm going to be doing is just making sure, oh, there we go, Nan Nadol. Already we have Nan Nadol, so this gives me +2 culture if I settle or have a district next to coast or lakes. Now that's crazy culture. We will have to do that pretty soon, actually. We've also found the owls. That's wonderful. I think I'm just going to put in Armani, just because I quite like the Armani start. The more I play it, the more fun it is, just basically suzeraining all of these early game city-states to explore the map that way. It's very handy. but by putting the industrial zone down, the canal down, those would both be +2 culture districts, which is awesome. The Grapevine Cross, oh my goodness, this start is ridiculous. That is a guaranteed Pantheon within 7 turns, fingers crossed. Now this is one thing we have to be a little bit careful of. Barb clans, they are engaged, so we're going to have a bit of problems here unless we can just take them on heavily. Here is your first Canada. Don't forget, everyone is Canada. We will literally just find nobody but Canada. It'll be ridiculous. Vancouver's over here. So, somebody to our northern border, but this is definitely the coast, and that is a wonderful thing. It's mainly a wonderful thing because it means that we can go and find this new continent nice and quickly. Unfortunately, my warrior is unable to kill that Barb clan. You're going to have to retreat, my friend. You are nothing to me. Now, the fun thing about having 7 Canadas on one map is, hopefully, fingers crossed, we shouldn't have any problems with early game war because Canada can't declare surprise wars. If they denounce me, which is highly unusual for Canada, then maybe we'll have a problem. But until that point, we should be fine. We already have plenty of faith, so let's go for urban planning, discipline, and also survey. That's brilliant. Don't forget we have the wildcard policy slot. We've already met one person. I think foreign trade is what we're going to go for because I want to go for mysticism to get myself revelation, to get myself more profit points. God, it's like a world war over here. Oh, Nanadol. They've done the dirty. They've taken over that Barb encampment. Nice. Unfortunately, no free settler for me today. Alas, it was not to be. But we could probably get something it's a little bit interesting. Now, I am going to go for a religion this game. Religions are really good fun. In order to get a religion nice and quick, I think Divine Spark is where I want to go because it gives me the Great Person point, but it also stacks up with what I'm going to do with faith generally. I'm thinking of a Jesuit education run to build a huge amount of culture, and Theatre Skies with an amphitheatre getting me more writers is a really, really good Greek thing to get. Those early game writers can be ridiculous in the hands of Greece. Oh my goodness. They failed to take the Barb clan and it's just chaos in that direction. I'm not sticking around here. That is atrocious. We have our second scout. Well, I think a settler. We're going to have to just settle. I'd like to kind of settle up to the north here. Nanadol obviously gives me culture if I'm next to a lake or the coast, but I would kind of like to cut Canada off a little bit in this direction and stop them from settling towards me. I'm not planning on sticking around in this continent for too long, but that doesn't mean I don't want my space, you know? We've got to fight for what's ours. And we all know that Canada on Civ 6 are just ruthless warmongers. They're not. They're really not. That's just wrong. Oh, another Barb clan. And look at this. Is this a lake up there or is this coast as well? This is a coast. Interesting. Interesting sort of canal possibility going on here as well. We've got some great canal possibilities. Well, the Barbs are not going to let me get through in this direction. That's not good. Nanadol has lost almost its entire starting army against these Barbs. It has been a ruthless, awful battle over here. There are slingers popping up. That's their last warrior just went, actually. Oh, blimey. But hopefully I can finish where they've left off. Now, astrology has come just in the nick of time. I'm just about to get a settler, which is awesome. Nobody's got any holy sites down just yet. And for me personally, a mining start looks best because there are gems and stone everywhere. Lovely. Get into that Barb camp. Do it. Yes, bronze working complete. Destroy the outpost. Nice. 3 era score, military tradition boosted, irrigation gained. That's quite a nice little combo. There we go. Finally, it has been settled. Rebellion in 28 turns. That's not the best, ideally, but we'll have to just forgive that for now because there's a +4 holy site on the way. Faithy. First holy site is complete. We don't need to rush a religion this game hugely, just purely because Feed the World is not what I'm going for. I'm going to be going Jesuit education, I believe. So for now, I think the best thing to do, I mean, Corinth is struggling to grow. So let's get the trader in and get some food to the capital, or from the capital, I should say. That should work nicely. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm no longer suzerain of Nanadol. Okay. Well, that's actually quite good because I was wondering whether to put Armani into Corinth and that's kind of made the decision for me. Just stop it from becoming too wavering in loyalty, can you? Just for a bit, until I go back and get Jerusalem. Now I'm going to go and just sort of explore the other side of Vancouver. I'm not intending to make this a particularly aggressive game, although, being honest, I can never promise to be totally peaceful because I am Ursa after all. I'm terrible at these sort of peaceful games. 2 feud, 1 production, good. That will massively help Corinth just get off. Now, the thing is that I wanted Corinth there, and it was important I settled up because it just stopped Canada from coming down to the south. I was really worried they were just going to pin me into a very small area of the map. Not that I'm planning on staying here for very long, but still, it wouldn't have been very fun. Here is mysticism, which gives me a few things. Firstly, revelation. I'm going to put that one in. I also want a little bit more gold, I think, in a bit, but we'll hold that for a second. Maritime industries, we'll come back to that in a second as well, but that is 2 more profit points per turn. I was already going to get the religion first, but this just guarantees that I get it first as well. More era score. Jerusalem also lets me discover much more of the map over here, and look at that! Canada and Canada! We've met 2 different versions of Canada! Who'd have thought, eh? Oh my word, I have such a small little nested area here, it's beautiful. The idea of having so many Canadas in the game makes me so happy. Oh, such a relaxed setup to the game compared to normal. Like, oh look, you've spawned next to Scythia. Again. Good for you. It's like, oh no. Can't get any further in that direction. Nope, Calgary is off limits. I'm intrigued to see all of the different Canadian names that come up on the cities here. Like, having this many Canadas in one game, that's a recipe for disaster. Oh yes, of course. Canada buys diplomatic favour, doesn't it? Ah, I forgot about that. That is a wonderful, wonderful addition. Okay, I'm going to start picking up monuments because, as I say, early game culture is such a big deal for Greece. Makes a huge, huge difference. Oh, look, it's Canada. Who'd have thought? Oh my word, actually, there's loads of different versions of Canada all right next to them here. This terra map. It's a 12-player terra map with only 8 people in it, so it really shouldn't be that crowded. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Well, I could sell my relic for huge amounts of gold as well. That would help my early game get going. It's whether or not the faith or the gold is more important. I think the gold is more important at this stage, so I will sell it. That's very, very handy. There is my beautiful holy site. We have how many turns now? 4 turns. 4 turns in order to get a golden age, and I am so close to getting a religion. So close. We just need to actually make sure we push this through. Oh, I really, 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 really want that age. There is the prophet. I get a point for recruiting the prophet. I believe there's no religion in the game just yet, so by making this, we should found the first religion, and it should be mine. What are we going to make it today? We're going to make it the culture cows, I think. Tasty. Now, choral music is obviously a good choice if I'm going for raw culture yield, but I think Jesuit education has a possibility for success here. Purchasing Theatre Square district buildings with faith means that I can turn faith, which is a empire-wide resource, into something very localized. It normally works really well when we take it, so we will be doing that for now. I'm also going to be taking religious colonization at some point. It's just whether or not I do that now. That is for an ease of use, because it's just so painful settling onto a new world and having to spread your religion everywhere. I mean, really, I could just not be lazy. I probably should just not be lazy. Ugh, terrible. I'm going to go for one I don't normally go for. +1 faith and +1 culture for each holy site or theatre square district respectively for each city following the religion. That will give me just a little bit more culture. I know there are better policies in the game. There are much better policies in the game, but it gives me a little something. Now that gave me +1 era score, +3 era score. How many turns have we got left now? 2 turns. 2 turns. Oh, I was really, really hoping I'd be able to get my unique unit here. I need 5 science and I'm getting 4.5 science. Oh, is there an amenity that I can buy that'll help me just to do this quicker? There's not really. 1 turn, 3 era score. It's going to be a close run thing. I think Jerusalem might be a possibility here. I could levy their army. They do have a boat, and it's whether or not I get the era score for having my first boat. Own my first seafaring unit. It just says own. I don't know if that counts. It possibly counts, right? I need a few more gold. It's a little bit of a risk, this. But I think sometimes you just gotta go for it. Levy military. They have a boat. Mercenaries has just been boosted. And no, I didn't get it for owning a seafaring boat, because I guess I haven't built it myself. Oh, that's painful. Ah well. What can you do, eh? What can you do? There was nothing we could really do there, but what I can do actually is use the boat to go and explore a little bit. We'll go for a normal age. If I can hit a medieval golden age, that would be even better. We've also got our hoplites that we could get now, which is quite exciting. I would quite like pen, brush and voice because I like the idea of getting things with great work slots. That is brilliant for my amphitheatre, although actually the Exodus, that's probably better because my religion is just going to be passively spreading itself around because nobody in this area has gone for religions just yet. Time to take the owls. This is the first step in what is going to be a culture-rific game. Now what this does is gives me another economic policy slot so I can go for a little bit of extra gold, a little bit of extra production, and we'll go for extra settler capacity as well because I am building settlers in both of my cities at the moment. Delightful. I'm going to just rush the Acropolis. That is my unique district. There's a few people getting writers at the beginning of the game. Again, I don't really care if I don't get all the early game writers. I just want people to have them. Like, it's more important that all the great works exist and are in the game because I can always pick them up later. I've actually just been able to get about 7 gold per turn trading open borders with all 4 Canadas there. They, for whatever reason, valued my open borders more than their own, so sure thing. Let's go for it. Next up, Pingala. Let's get to the seas as quickly as we can, and getting the extra science is always a good option when it comes to just exploring the map a little bit. Horses have appeared, but unbelievably, between iron and horses, we haven't actually lost any of the spaces we were planning on putting our things, so, I mean, I will take that as a win. Oh, a new continent just below me. It's not the new continent, but don't forget, Terra map puts a big one out there somewhere. It's not that one, but it is a new one, which is cool. I made friends with one of the Canadas. I don't know which one it was, but it was one of them. Cardiff. Okay, we're starting to find city-states around the map now. Nandol, I really want Nandol on my side. It's going to be very important for me to get them on side. And actually, city-state quests, I don't normally spend too much time looking at these, and I really should, because I really need these points if I can get them. A great scientist would give me 2 envoys, and that is worth quite a lot. A Eureka for masonry as well. I think that's just to get a quarry down. I did see some stone. Yeah, there's stone here. So there's no excuse. I should be getting that one. Found the city. Perfect. Sailing boosted. Olympia is now on the coast. As soon as we get Nandol, that will very nicely give me just a touch more culture. +2. So it's all you need. In fact, all 3 cities are now going to be producing builders. Am I even getting builders fast? No, I'm actually getting settlers. I really should rush that. Okay, we're going to have to change that one around in a second. I don't think I've got any more space for settlers. I've got this one coming to this spot, and then this area is going to be protected by barbs and then a city-state imminently, so that wouldn't be very good. Oh, of course. Nandol. If I send a trade route to Nandol, I get an envoy. They are on side. Now, Olympia should be giving me +2 culture just because the district is on the coast. Amazing stuff. Okay, now Olympia is very useful doing what it's doing, but I think I'm going to actually just rush a few galleys. It seems silly, but I do like the idea of getting some galleys in this city. I'm going to get the card that lets me build them at twice pace in a second. I want to go and explore. I want to go and find the world. I want to become my own person, you know? So that Canadian settler, where are they going? I think they may be heading over to this space. The computer can see it and they're like, oh, that's where I want to go and settle. And it's like, no, that is not your space. That is my space. And settle on the cotton. That is a nice little 4-city grouping. I'm not going to be able to put any more cities into this area, but that's all I need for now. Drama and poetry. Okay, this is good. Now, I want to be getting writer points per turn. I don't want settlers, I want builders. And I want not discipline, but maritime industries. Okay, perfect stuff. I'm just going to go and have a look and see what these barbs are doing. But now, if I were to produce builders and then some galleys, we should be able to just rush these through quickly. I want shipbuilding done as fast as possible, ideally. Ooh, the Fountain of Youth. This is a nice continent over to the south of me. I think I should be able to put quite a few cities down on it if I'm careful. You can see my unique district is now being made in quite a few places. And I've just cleared a beautiful space for it in my capital as well. So we'll have a nice +3 in my capital. I had a +2 over here. I didn't take any bonus in Olympia's one, but that's only because I was happy to put it on the coast in order to get the +2 from Nan Nadal instead of worrying about anything too much. Political philosophy, time for Classical Republic. It's always the best when you're not particularly fancying a huge war game. Look at, oh my goodness. So I've got an extra economic policy slot because of owls. I've also got a wildcard slot because of Greece. So already we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yes. Oh yes. Maritime industries. Check. Settlers. Check. Builders. Yes. Production. Yes. Let's go for Thirst Envoy counts as 2 as well. We're discovering all kinds of city-states over the seas. Now, Corinth feels very ridiculous. I'm having to force work a couple of terrible farm tiles just to make it grow, because I need this city to be full population, otherwise I can't get my unique district down. Feels very, very underplayed, but what can you do? My economy is still doing well, just seeing as I'm kind of flogging everything that I can dig up from the ground. Usual Ursa play, to be fair. And there is my unique district. It gives me, because I haven't explained it, a little bit of a strange adjacency. So you get +1 for each adjacent district, as opposed to 1 for every 2. You get an extra if it's next to your city centre. Otherwise it works as usual, except it has to be built on a hill. And it also gives you an envoy when you complete it, as well as being cheaper. So, generally speaking, it's a very good building. My first faith purchase, however, there is an amphitheatre bought by my faith. Don't forget, Jesuit education. Use my faith to buy theatre square buildings. So I've already got space now for some great works. Have any writers been taken? Yes, 1, 2 already into the game. That's wonderful. We're still on classical era, but hopefully I'm going to be getting a lot more of these very soon. Now, in terms of city-states, I'm going to be focusing on those on different continents so that I can use them to discover more of the map. Let's go for Cardiff, put 1 envoy over there. That means it's now got 2. I just need 1 in order to get that finished, and train a heavy chariot. Now that is something I should be able to do pretty easily. Rapa Nui. Okay, again, another culture city-state, one that's pretty good. Inspiration for defensive tactics. Unfortunately, in this game of nothing but Canada, I feel like that is unlikely. Here is my envoy. In fact, actually, this is the harder city-state to get. So let's just find Rapa Nui and then boom, visibility over this continent. Nothing really on it, but yeah. Normally what you hope is that you can use one city-state to discover all of the other city-states in a sort of domino effect. It can be very fun. We've met Canada. Hello, Canada. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's green Canada. Oh, that's a pretty looking colour. Oh, there we go. The AI has finally got some luxuries for me to buy. It's always fun when you have a nice, friendly 4-city start like this, because you know you can get crazy amenities. Every city in the +5 to +6 territory already. Lovely stuff. Oh, look, it's Canada. We're going to have to just start referring to them by their colour now. So we've got orange, green, white, this sort of like, I'm going to call it red, but it's sort of like a sort of ruddy colour, pink and blue. All the different shades of Canada. And there is shipbuilding as well. So we can actually start to go and settle on other continents now. That's a lot of fun. Oh, someone took the oracle from me. That's a shame. It's always worth having a go at these wonders sometimes, but often it's not to be, alas, it's not to be. But the Hanging Gardens would be quite an exciting one. 2 housing in my capital, as well as growth of 15% in all cities. That translates really, really well across the other continents. I'm going to put it here as well so that the Acropolis can get the bonus as well. 6 turns to do that. Don't know if it's possible, but if it is, we'll give it a go. Oh, for goodness sake, look, Olympia's just had that, but I just got that builder. Just had it stolen immediately. That's no fun. 2 more era score, so let's pick up Cardiff. That's, again, more visibility in this area, and I wonder what else. Bologna? Actually, that would be very handy. That would give me more great people points. Should we go and do that one? Or what else have I got 2 in? Samarkand, which is in the middle here. Nope, that's actually being protected by somebody already. Yeah, Bologna, I think is going to be the one. That's going to be the one. 2 more envoys. Nice, nice. Okay, right, Bologna. Well, let's go and see what's over in this direction. Okay, so the continent we're on is actually this huge sort of bowl-shaped one. Perfect. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, and in terms of other city-states, don't really have any more targets at the moment, so we'll just hold off. Every single one, though, I do get 5% more culture, so it's worth stacking them up while we can. Mexico City, industrial zones reach a bit further. That could be quite fun. Yeah, I mean, none of them are particularly good, being honest, but that gives me a little bit more production in my capital, so that'll do. Bandar Brunei was the one to appear. That's actually going to be really, really good, because the barbs hitting me from that flank were being very frustrating, but it's all gone now. It's good. So all 5 great writers got taken. I didn't get a single one of them, which is quite amazing, but that's fine. I don't need them. There's my second amphitheatre. We can buy all of the works later. For now, getting an economy is the most important step. Hanging Gardens! We did it! Growth of 15% in all of our cities. What you don't realise is that the Hanging Gardens is simply a place for my population to hang upside down on the rafters. It basically generates better blood flow in the body, causes everything to balloon inside your head, which then makes you grow taller. Hence the Hanging Gardens and why it increases growth. Interesting facts there, but not many people know. How is this Canada? Your green Canada on 92 culture per turn. Oh, you've got loads of great works. That would be why. That would be why. So that is now currency and celestial navigation unlocked. Each city needs a harbour or a commercial hub as a priority, really, because I need the trade routes to get the city-state connections going. But this playthrough is slowly but surely picking up speed. You can see I've got 56 culture per turn. It's nowhere near the craziness of green Canadas. They are doing very nicely indeed. In fact, actually, they have more writer points than I do. So they're doing well on the theatre squares, but that's good. The main problem with this playthrough is going to be winning too quickly. Like, my culture is going to become pretty insane very quickly, and I don't want to win a tourism victory before we can have a little bit of fun with the crazy culture per turn that it's possible to get on this. So I'm kind of yeah, it's a good thing. Here's the third amphitheatre done, by the way. Nice. All the barbs have caravels. Amazing fun. I'm going to destroy this outpost quickly. Get the era score. Just clear these waters up a little bit. But caravels are no fun. They are very powerful, and they will blow all of my ships out of the water if I am not careful. Yep, that's exactly what I feared would happen. Exactly what I feared would happen. He just went around and killed one of my galleys in one go. Oh dear. Oh, and that supposedly was supposed to be a victory for me, but it wasn't. Even better. Trade route to Bandar Brunei. Oh, that makes me a friend. Excellent, excellent. Okay, this one trade route is doing very well for me so far. I do need a few more, but for now it's okay. And my first writer, Chaucer. What a first writer to have, eh? Perfect stuff. I know it's absolutely not Chaucer, because Chaucer really was an actual person, but whenever I think of Chaucer, all I can think of is Knight's Tale, and it's just... like, I know he's an actual author. That's all I can think of every time. Oh dear. I don't think of Magnus. Where's Magnus? Setting myself up for a nice golden age into the medieval era. I want provision. I want to get these settlers out as quickly as possible, and I really need to get cartography fast. Okay, so this may actually prove to be decisively awful. The caravel turned round and almost one-hit my city. If I lose that city, that is going to be a terrible thing for me. Oh no, that is awful. Okay, we're going to have to just try and deal with that. Monumentality to get some settlers out. Oh no, this is awful. This is awful. I get the ancient walls up as quickly as possible. What is the strongest unit that I can buy? Probably a hoplite, 28 strength. That's really not that strong. Oh no. Get a man-at-arms in the city, I believe near the city of Olympia. I'd quite like it to be in the city of Olympia. I'm going to just gamble on it being in the city. No, it's just going to be right next to the caravel. I mean, I guess that's better than being nowhere, maybe. Get a hoplite in. That's 30 strength now, but that's not going to be tough enough, is it? Oh dear. I'm just going to leave my units kind of around in the hope that it goes to anything else other than my city. Anything else. That is awful. Let's go for limes quickly. I'd quite like that one. Let's just put you to there. Limes, good. Bastions, 6 city defensive strength. Actually, that's really handy as well. Advance to the charismatic leader for a second. Okay, so now we've got, should have 36 strength, so it should be a little bit more resistant, but it's already injured is the problem. If he attacks my city, that's it. That's it. The city's gone. Please don't do it. Oh, thank goodness they killed the man-at-arms. Okay, phew. I'm going to vote for trade and ranged on the World Congress, but it's not going to matter. It's melee and scientific, so yeah, I didn't win any of that. Never mind. I'm going to put my galley in front of the city in the hope that it protects me. Just wait 5 turns to try and get a wall up. Oh no, this is awful. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Olympia is just taking more damage. It's just taking more damage. That's bad. Having the galley in the city is making the city weaker. I don't know how that works, but it did work like that, and that is horrendous. Can we just... There we go, the walls are up. Oh, thank goodness. We're safe for now. We are safe for now. What a whirlwind of emotion, eh? That was just awful. Okay, right, now we can start getting some other useful things with my gold. There's a heavy chariot. That gives me an envoy in one of the city-states. I was waiting for that one. We've got admirals on the way, artists, religious conversion, preserves. None of these are very good, but I probably should pick them up as soon as I can if it's a possibility. I'm going to switch over to monarchy because walls are good. I've got more policy slot cards now. So limes, bastions. Okay, I don't need bastions anymore. Let's get maritime industries. And let's get limes up. That's good. Serfdom, scripture, urban planning, settlers, and something else that would be good. Writer points. No, we get influence points for city-states for now. Now, this is good. This gives me 10.5 influence points per turn. We like that a lot. But I do need to get the trade routes up, and quickly. Okay, so the Apadana is kind of just seizing a lot of my production at the moment. I really need to get the harbour in Athens. That would be amazing. We're building the harbour in Olympia, that's good, but okay, population issues everywhere at the moment. Just builders, use my faith to get a couple of builders going. Spread the love, everyone. You need to actually get some food into my empire. I do have feudalism now, so in theory, the farms should be able to get a little bit more food. Districts. The problem is districts at the moment. We just don't have enough of them. Oh, the Apadana just got done. Oh, I was 2 turns away. 180 production has been salvaged, but that doesn't stop it being the ultimate middle finger move. That's awful. Oh, never mind. We'll get the harbour done. We'll get the lighthouse going. That'll be another trade route. It all helps in the longer run, but it does it deliberately, I swear. So city-state trading routes are the ones that we want as a primary. That's what we're going to be going for, but they give you so many bonuses later stages of the game. Look, Athens has got plenty of food growing at it now. We've got a lighthouse going. I've got my second trader up because I finished a lighthouse in Olympia. I've got a government plaza working in this city as well. I'm going to put some mines down just to improve the production, but as soon as that's done, hopefully we can get provision in Magnus and start to settle, because settling has been a bit of a problem for us in the sense that we haven't done any settling just yet. That's kind of the definition of problem, right? The avoidance of the issue entirely. There we go. Done. That is now an ancestral hall. That gives me more production towards settlers in this city, as well as giving each city a 3 builder every time I kick out a settler, of which I'm going to be doing a lot of. Settling time, 475 gold, that's fine, but I get more than 136 gold per turn because at the moment I'm just getting huge trade deals with Canada, selling all of my resources. It's great. Nanadol, stop stealing Nanadol, please. That is very frustrating. Oh, Canada is just so good with city-states. I'm having to sort of get them all back. There we go. Turn 100. We've got 100 culture. We're on track. We're on track to make this a silly game. We need a lot more, though. A lot more. Auckland, you say? Well, now. Auckland. That will immediately be another friend of mine, and that gives me even more production on my coastal tiles, of which I am using a few in Olympia, so that's good. Apprenticeship gives me +1 production to all of my mines, because, of course, the best ship is an apprenticeship, apart from a master ship. That is, in theory better, but, well, whatevers. I'm just trying to think of actually the best thing, sometimes if you settle on the luxuries, you can give yourself some good places to put these sort of district swings down like that. As I settle my cities, the priority is to get harbours in them as soon as possible. That is by far the main priority for me, because I need more trade routes. The more trade routes I have, the more city-state friends I have, and the easier it is to keep them. So as I go onto the new continent, I'm just trying to think, is it a good idea to pick up niter? I can sell the niter, keep my economy nice and high. I want dams and I want cartography probably as well. That would let my units go a little bit quicker across the sea. Although square rigging is really the one I want to get on that one. I think I'm going to go buttress to get dams because Athens is finally starting to build these sort of things, which is quite handy indeed. My first city on another continent though, Sparta. Off it goes. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, first stop, as described before, is to get the harbour going. I just realised though, I finished it I settled with 2 turns remaining on the Ancestral Hall. That was really silly. That's cost me like 285 gold to get the settler there. Oh, sorry, the builder there. Foolish me. Foolish me. Never mind. Oh, Canada is starting to settle on this new continent as well. I dislike that. I dislike that heavily. Gonna have to keep an eye on that one. We're up to, it was 130 culture per turn, but now 148. That's not too bad. 108, I'll turn 108 here. I quite like where this game is going so far. So far, so good. This commercial hub is actually just about finished as well. In my 3rd city. Is it my 3rd city or my 4th city? It's probably my 4th city, actually, not to put the others down. So let's just quickly get the market going. Lovely stuff. Oh, they are settling inland somewhere. That could be really good. That could be really good. We'll keep an eye on that, because hopefully I'll have enough cities on this continent that I'll be able to loyalty pressure anything they settle away from them. Cinquetti, that is the city-state I was after, because that gives me +1 faith to every follower in the city for all of my trade routes. That's the one that stacks up very, very quickly. Also, Cahokia, I believe, because I have the policy card that gives me 2 envoys when I send a trade route, and I also get the +1... Yeah, no, so I get 1 for sending it with Owls of Minerva, 1 from the city-state trade route, and then 1 from the policy card, so that should take it from 0 to 3. Look at that. 1 trade route, 1 victory. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, Davalex, Doughboy91, Skeptical Bear, Paul Coffey, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Portland, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Nim, and Emir EC. Thank you for all of your support, as well as everybody who interacts with the channel and helps me to defeat the algorithm. Good for you, good for me, see you all later.